Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa if you do not know me, and I run a small crochet business called LuluNicoleandCo. And in today's video, we're going to be working on some cardigans. So I have been working on a batch of 6 different cardigans. I will get them out and show you them in a second. And across those 6 cardigans, we have gotten the sides both done. So the full hexagon pieces, because they're granny stitch hexagon cardigans, we've got that whole side done all the way down to the cuff on all of the sleeves. So I have 12 different pieces sitting over here, and in today's video, at least I'm going to try to get this all done in one day. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to do my very best to get all 6 cardigans completely done. So every single one of these 6 different cardigans needs the back panel, so they need a strip down the back connecting the 2 pieces together, and then they also need a border along them, and I'll kind of walk through how I do all of those pieces. This is not going to be a tutorial video by any means. You're just here working alongside me, but I just wanted to bring you along for this. I know that you guys love the 206 cardigan challenge, and every single one of these cardigans is toward that challenge. I'm working on numbers, I believe 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 for the challenge. So my video after this, soon after, is going to be me working on the 20th one, and that is so exciting to kind of be working through all of these at the pace that I'm working at. But let's go ahead and grab the cardigans and then we can talk about them. Here is the first stack of 6 that I have. So I have every single color here. This is just one half of all of them, so just the one side, and you can see all of those beautiful cuffs right there. Every single one of these sides looks like this. So it has the part that goes on your body, it has that arm, and then it's got that cuff on there. And this one, I'm not going to go through all of the colors the whole time we work on these. I'll probably do that at the end of the video, but this one is in the color Blush Sparkle, and so it does have that beautiful sparkle to it. Sometimes it's hard to see on camera, but it is so pretty. That's the first stack of 6. Here is my second stack of 6 I have here again with all of those beautiful cuffs. So we have down here as well, including we have all 12 pieces that we need total. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab the yarn that I need and bring that down here as well, and then we can go ahead and get started on all of these cardigans. All right, I went ahead and grabbed out the yarn. So I have these 3 full balls that I have not used yet to go ahead and finish up these cardigans. So I have one of the sparkly pink colors, one of the print line. This one is called Birchwood Cottage, and then another one of these sparkly colors here. And then I also wound up from the last balls that I used to finish up the second sleeves. If there's any yarn left from those balls, I went ahead and wound them up. So I have 6 cakes here that I wound up in my brand new yarn winder, and I am going to be using these guys first to run through these, and then I will use the other 3 that I have on the floor as I continue to work. Now is the fun part. So we are going to finish all 6 cardigans today, but the fun part is kind of deciding which one we're going to do first. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave the pink ones for last because those are the ones I'm most excited to see done. I'm also excited to see this one done. So the Birchwood Cottage one, it is so soft. I love it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and save this one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start on one of the blue ones. I have a movie up on my TV right now. I've been going through and watching the Harry Potter series and reading all of the books because I've actually never read all of the books. I've only read, up until right now, the first 2, and I'm on the 3rd one as we speak. And so I'm rewatching the first movie, and it's so funny watching these movies because, watching the first one specifically, because they're so young, and I've been watching all the way up until the 5th one. I haven't seen the 6th or the 2 7th ones yet, but watching the 5th one and then going back to the first because they look like such little kids again, and I love that experience. But all that to be said, I'm going to continue watching my Harry Potter movie as I work on these cardigans with you. I'll probably do some time-lapse clips and go from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab out, I think I'm going to start with this dark blue metallic, and we'll work on this one first. I have the first side here my second side. So now that I have both sides, I'm going to open these up and do the back piece. So the way that this works, if you've never made a granny stitch hexagon cardigan before, is what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your two pieces, you're gonna make sure your two sleeves are out to the side, and you're gonna throw some extra rows on the back of the two panels, and that's what's then gonna connect them together as you crochet. So I'm going to time lapse this piece and do the back panel, and then from there we'll go ahead and throw the border on it, and then we will choose a nude color to go from there. So come and finish this cardigan with me. All right, I have worked up the back of the first cardigan today, and so it is now nice and connected and is looking way more like a cardigan, and I love it. The only thing that I have left to do now is to first weave in these two ends. Then I'm going to throw a border on this cardigan, and then we will be done with it and we will move on to a new color, and I will show you this cardigan at the end of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and weave in these ends, throw on the border, and then move on to a new color. My phone is about to die, so I'm gonna go ahead and charge it, but I did want to come on and let you know that I did finish up this cardigan. Here's a little peek at it. It is so pretty. That color is just gorgeous, that sparkle. I just love it. But yes, so this first cardigan is done, and I haven't ate anything today, so I'm gonna go ahead and make myself like a breakfast lunch situation and go ahead and eat that, take a break, and then I'll come back and work on a couple more of these cardigans. I think the next one I'm gonna go ahead and work on is going to be this gorgeous peacock blue, and then from there I'll probably work on the multicolored one and then start on the pinks. But I'm gonna go ahead and eat and I will be back. All right, I went ahead and I ate some lunch. I feel much better. I went ahead and made up a coffee, and you know I always got my coffee in this Starbucks red cup. It is just one of my favorites. But I got my drink, I've got my crochet hooks, I got my yarn, I'm ready to get started. Like I said earlier, I'm going to pick this one up and start on this one. All I have left of this yarn is what's in this cake. So hopefully this is enough. It should be to get us through to get us through crocheting up the back to put the two pieces together and then throwing a border on it. But let's go ahead and get that started. finished up the second cardigan. It is right here, and I am now moving on from the Harry Potter first movie, and I am watching some YouTube videos. I'm watching a podcast style YouTube video right now, but that cardigan is nice and done. I'm gonna fold it up, put it next to me with the dark one that I just finished, and move on to the third one of today. I'm going to move on to the multicolored one. So I have this little ball that we're definitely going to go all the way through, this little cake of the Birchwood Cottage color, and then we are going to move on to this one. And I don't know if I said this already, so if I didn't, here is my little wrap thing of the video talking about these cardigans, but all of them are for my 206 cardigan challenge. And if you do not know what that is, it is a challenge that I started where I am challenging myself to make a cardigan out of every single one of Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn colorways. And the reason it's called the 206 Cardi Challenge is because there are 206 different colorways. So I'm challenging myself to make 206 different cardigans, and specifically I really want to make all of them in that oversized fit as well. And so that is just a little recap of the challenge and what I'm doing and why I have so many of these cardigans and why they're only one color. I eventually want to sell them. I do have a couple of them, not these ones up quite yet, but I do have a couple of my Christmas collection cardigans up as well in my Etsy. The link is always in my description box and in the bio of my YouTube channel. But if you guys wanted to check those out, you definitely could. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and move on. So I have this little ball left, and then I have a whole ball as well to use to finish up this cardigan. I'm going to continue watching my YouTube video and working, and I will let you know. You'll see some clips, and I will let you know when I'm done with that one as well. have fully finished the Birchwood Cottage cardigan, and I just have it folded over here waiting for that end of the video, and I am going to move on to the pinks, which I'm most excited to get done today. I am starting with the lightest pink that I do have, although I cannot help looking at this stack of all of the pinks. I think that it is so pretty together and it is my absolute favorite. But yes, so staying focused, I'm going to get started on this light pink. This is all I have left, so I am praying that this is enough because this yarn does feel a little bit thicker than like even this one does, and so it's kind of a toss-up if I'm going to be able to finish the whole cardigan with this much left and a little cake, but I am praying, I am hoping that we can finish this cardigan, and obviously I will keep you up to date in the next couple clips. But I'm gonna go ahead and probably work on this one. There might be a clip or two, there might not be, I don't know yet, but let's see if we can finish off this cardigan with this cake. Wish me luck. I did not get any clips of me really working on this cardigan. I mean, I'm getting one now, but I am sewing up or weaving in my ends on the border for this light pink cardigan. And as I'm doing that, I wanted to come and sit and talk with you a little bit about this one. This one is in the color Blush Sparkle, and I really, really like this one. I think it is a little bit rougher of a yarn than some of the other pinks. Well, I think the dark pink is kind of like this too, but I get asked a lot, and so I try to answer this when and where I can. People will ask me all the time, especially with the metallic colors, is, well, it's metallic, isn't it itchy? And I just want to say no is the answer I want to give to those questions, because if the cardigan is itchy, it has to do with the yarn. It's not because of the metallic in the yarn. So if you are using this yarn, or you're going to purchase this yarn to make your own cardigan out of this or any of the metallic colorways, or even like their regular colors, feel the yarn. If you do not like the way that the ball feels, if it feels rough compared to maybe another color that feels a little less rough, wait a little bit. Wait a little bit to buy that yarn. Wait like a week or two and wait for a different dye lot to come out, and it might be a little bit softer. I have noticed that a lot, and it's again not because of the metallic itself, it's because of the yarn underneath the metallic, that if the yarn itself is a little bit rougher feeling wise, then the cardigan is going to feel a little bit rougher. And I think that the more you wear it, the better it gets. Like the drape starts to set in after a while, the yarn stretches out a little bit, and frankly I think washing it would probably help it a lot too to feel a little bit better. But again, I just wanted to come on and talk about that a little bit, and also say that my phone was dying when I was working on this cardigan, and so I wanted to give it a little bit more juice, so I wanted to charge it a little bit, and so I let it charge instead of filming this one entirely. But I do have two other pink colors I can get a little bit more clips of. I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on both of those and not come back and talk again until they're both done, just so that I can get them both done today. I've been making great time. These have been coming together and finishing up way faster than I thought they would today, which is really nice. It's only like 2 o'clock or something like that. It might be a little bit past 2 o'clock now, and I started only a couple hours ago, honestly. I think I started around 10 o'clock this morning maybe, and I even took like a break for lunch and everything like that. So I'm making really good time. I'm definitely gonna finish every single one of these today, which makes me really happy because I really wanted to get all these done today. But now that I have finished weaving in both my ends, this one is officially done as well, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the next one right here at the top of my pink pile. this is what this one is kind of looking like now that it's all done, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on and work on another cardigan. So I'm gonna let you guys watch some more clips of me working and shut up for a little bit. So enjoy those clips, and we will come back at the end to look at every single one of these cardigans, since they will officially be finished at the end of this video. All right, y'all, I am back. It is a couple days later, but I did finish all of those cardigans in one day, and I am back to show every single one of them to you in a little bit more detail. So I am going to go ahead and start off with the first one. The first one I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show them in the way that I did finish them in order, but I'm just going to show them as the piles go down. This first one is the Birchwood Cottage cardigan. So it's got the browns and grays and tans in it. This one was actually suggested as one of the colorways to do on TikTok. I had somebody over there suggest that they really wanted to see this one in a cardi, and so I went ahead and made it up. Here is that cardigan on. It can be stretched the right way to be longer if you would like it, or shorter if you would like it. And this one is looking so stinking cute on. It's obviously got the same cuffs, that same oversized fit as most of my cardigans. I try not to repeat myself all the time with that, but that is the fit of the cardigan, so it is a little bit bigger. It's got those really big sleeves. All of them are going to have that same exact style to them, but here is that Birchwood Cottage one all the way done. This one was the only print line one that I worked on in this batch, but I think that it stands for itself, and it's so very pretty. So let's go ahead and put on one of the blue ones next. The next one I have to show you is made out of peacock metallic. So the next couple that I'm going to show you finish off my metallic collection. So I have made all 15 now of the metallic colorways that Hobby Lobby offers in there. I love this yarn. Here's what the metallic peacock one looks like on. It's the name of the yarn. It's obviously extremely glittery, and that really shows up really well on camera. It shows up well in person. Here is that cardigan on. I think this one is so cute as well. This one is very soft and plush. The yarn itself was very soft and plushy, so this one turned out very well. Here's that back for you. And the next one that I went ahead and worked on in this batch is called Teal Sparkle. And this one is a very dark, rich blue. I think it turned out very cute as well. Obviously metallic. This one had instead of the silver metallic running through it, the metallic itself is actually blue. And so I thought that was really pretty as well. Here is the Teal Sparkle one on. Again, the same fit. Most of these all of these in this batch have the exact same fit to them. They're all just the different colors. So here is that Teal Sparkle one that we went ahead and finished up. The next one that we have, or the next three that we have actually, are all pink. So they are all the 3 different pink metallics, and I saved them for my last batch of the metallics because I knew that the pinks would be my favorite to work up. The first one I'm going to show you is called Pinky Toes, and it's got a silver metallic running through it. I love every single one of these pink ones, but I would say that either this one or the one I'll show right after this was definitely one of my favorites. Here is the Pinky Toes one on. Again, very soft yarn underneath that metallic, and so the cardigan itself is very, very soft. Here is that fit. I feel like these pink ones would be perfect for Valentine's Day coming up. I would wear any of these on Valentine's Day, honestly. They are just that perfect color. Again, here is that sparkle on that one, that's silver metallic. Again, this one is in the color Pinky Toes. This one was my other favorite pink one that I did. This one is in the color Coral Sparkle. And again, it has that, actually this one isn't silver metallic. This one, I believe the metallic running through it is actually pink. So you see that glimmer, it is very pretty. Let me go ahead and put this one on. Here is the Coral Sparkle one on. One thing that I do not really do with my cardigans is block them, and so if you make your cardigan and you order a cardigan and you're not super fond of the fit, you're like, maybe this is just a little bit stiff, or say like this isn't sitting down properly, the corners tend to give issues sometimes. Taking a quick steamer to that can help relax the fiber. It can help relax it to be a little bit longer. If that's what you want from your cardigan, it can maybe help stretch it out a little bit, just whatever you need. If the sleeve isn't sitting the way you want it to. These sleeves fit pretty okay on me. They're always pretty baggy. Again, that cuff and the sparkle on that cuff is always one of my favorite little parts to look at. I think it's very pretty. But here's that Coral Sparkle. Again, I'll show you the back of this one as well. So there is that Coral Sparkle. Now the very last one that I have to show you is, I believe, called Blush Sparkle. This one is the lightest pink sparkle that they offer, or lightest pink metallic. So here is that one, and I believe the metallic in this one is also pink. So that beautiful metallic sparkle running through it is just gorgeous. Let me go ahead and switch out these cardigans and put this one on to show you. Here is that Blush Sparkle one all the way finished. This one does fit, in my opinion, a little bit bigger because the yarn itself just happened to be just the tiniest little bit thicker than some of the other ones that I did work up in this batch. So this one does seem to be a bit thicker, a bit warmer, and it fits like it's a bit of a thicker cardigan. So I just wanted to mention that sometimes the yarns do vary a little bit, but here is that beautiful cardigan. Again, I'll show you that cuff with the sparkle is always, let me try to get it to focus, is always so pretty. So yeah, there is that. And then the last thing I wanted to show you before closing out this video is how much yarn I ended up left with after working on all of these cardigans. This is how much I was left with in these 3 colors. So I was left with like a tiny ball of the one that I'm wearing right now. Blush Sparkle, I believe, again, was the name of this one. I was left with just a slightly bit more. I would say this is half a ball, maybe a little bit over half a ball of these 2 gorgeous colors as well. And then I was left with quite a bit more of the other 3. This kind of shocked me. So I was left with most of this left. I did have to tap into it a little bit. Most of these cardigans, I'll buy 7 balls to finish each cardigan. And so this was what was left of this one. The pink one is a bit more squishy, and so I used a little bit more out of this one, but again, I'm left with like the majority of the skein. And then funny enough, the Birchwood Cottage, I actually only needed 6 balls to finish the whole cardigan, which was a little bit crazy. I was left with the entire ball, the entire 7th ball left of this one. And then you can see some of this extra yarn over here that I just wound onto this ball. I actually had a little bit left, just the tiniest bit left of the 6th ball that I used as well. And so that was how much yarn was left from all 6 of the colors. Other than that, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all of the YouTube things. Thanks for coming along with me as I finish all 6 of these different hexagon granny stitch cardigans for the 206 cardigan challenge, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Don't forget to comment which color down below was your favorite, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.